Live, powered by Energizer. We start the show with some breaking news coming out of Indianapolis, a curveball, if you will. Adam Schefter, what more can you tell us about the Colts' new quarterback?
Well, Field, it's one of the fascinating stories of the NFL season, and it starts when Daniel Jones goes down with a torn Achilles tendon on Sunday, and it continues when the Colts also know that Riley Leonard, who replaced Daniel Jones, has a strained ligament in his knee and is considered week to week, and it's now early December, and it's past the NFL trade deadline. And where does a team go on December 9th to find a quarterback when you can't trade for one and there's not a obvious option available? So what they do is they dig into their past. They go back to a quarterback in Philip Rivers that hasn't played in the NFL in 5 years. That's 44 years old. That's the father of 10, the grandfather of 1. And he has a deep connection and deep relationship with the Colts head coach, Shane Steichen. They speak regularly. It's the same offense that Philip Rivers has run throughout his entire NFL career. And so when the Colts are mulling their options and they know they're in a difficult, challenging position, there really might not be an option that is any more appealing than Philip Rivers. They reach out to him. He's thinking about it. He's interested. He flies to Indianapolis Monday night. They reach an agreement today. Philip Rivers is coming in, and now everybody wants to know when he might play. It's possible he could play as soon as Sunday in Seattle. Now, again, here are the Colts' options. They can go with Riley Leonard, who may or may not be healthy. If he's not healthy, that moves up the timeline on Philip Rivers. Philip Rivers is going to go through practice on Wednesday and Thursday. They'll see how he's feeling. But he knows that offense better than any Colts quarterback in the building. So we'll see where they wind up. But obviously, this is be something that everybody is going to be paying close attention to all week long.
Shefty, there's no two ways about it. It is an unbelievable story. We are now joined by our quarterback, Dana Orlovsky, not quite as old as Philip Rivers, Mina Kimes, and Marcus Spears in just a few moments. I'm Field Yates. What do you make of this move, Dan? It's unbelievable theater, no matter how this goes for Philip Rivers and the Colts.
I'm rooting hard for a Colts-Steelers AFC Championship game.
Let's go.
We get Philip Rivers versus Rodgers in the AFC title, combined 86 years old. The Colts have tried. I feel bad for them. I go 12, 13 years ago, they draft Andrew Luck. There's the answer. Then they bring in Matt Ryan, and then they bring in Carson Wentz, and then they draft Anthony Richardson. They just haven't been able to catch a break. Then they get Daniel Jones, resurrect his career, and now here they are. I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
Skeptical?
I can't imagine he's going there. Of course I'm skeptical.
Yeah, how do you not
want to
be,
be
right?
disrespectful to a guy that's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
He's not going there to ride the pine.
Right.
If Riley Leonard, what is your knee injury? You're a sixth-round pick. Sixth-round pick with the chance to go on a playoff run? I'd have to be dead to not be on the field. So I would have challenged Riley Leonard, get on the field. There is no injury that should keep you off the field. Could he function? I'm sure Philip Rivers can still throw the football. This is an RPO offense. They're not going to be able to run it as much as they did. But I thought Riley Leonard did some good things last week. If he was even remotely healthy, he should be the one playing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Adam Schefter saying grandfather just froze my brain. He has to be the first NFL grandfather to ever play, right? If he ends up playing. I've been asked ever since. Yeah, this news broke. What do you think of Philip Rivers? What do you think of his film the last time? I don't know. It was 2021. The last time Philip Rivers played, we had just launched this show together. We were not allowed to travel. Marcus Spears Jr. was 5 inches shorter, and my son wasn't alive. I don't know what Philip Rivers looks like in 2025. But here's what I do know. They got the Seahawks, the Jags, whose pass rush has been on fire, and then they finish against the Houston freaking Texans. That is a gauntlet. And if Rivers gets in there, I know the ball's going to come out super fast. I know he's going to hand it off. I want to see it, but guys, I kind of don't want to see it against those defenses because I am going to be worried about him given the schedule.
Yeah.
Mina, you hit right where I was going. It's not about Philip Rivers for me. It's about what we watch two of these particular defenses do to quarterbacks that's been getting reps every day for the last 5 years. it's just hard for me to believe that the Colts find themselves in this situation. I understand I had a visceral reaction last night on Monday Night Countdown when Shefty broke this news to us on the show, but ultimately, like this is one of those situations where Tom Brady still got everybody fooled and thinking that everybody could play over their 40s and they can play at a certain level good enough to play sustained football. And more important, like Phillip Rivers is coming to help Shane Steichen out, talked about the relationship. But Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson don't care about that. Yeah. Leonard Williams don't care about that. Mike McDonald and those simulated pressures don't give a damn how old Phillip Rivers is. They're going to try to tear his head off. And every quarterback plan is to get the ball out their hands quick when they play these defenses. Unfortunately, every quarterback that play these defenses get hit about 12 times a game. Yeah. So, listen, this is where we are. It's unfortunate for the Colts. I share that sentiment with Dan as a team that had a plan, traded for Sauce Gardner because they thought they were on the track to have a real shot in the AFC. But to bring a 44-year-old quarterback who's had a tremendous amount of success, who to Dan's point is going to the Hall of Fame, that's wonderful. Nobody on these defenses cares about that. And I'm scared for Phillip Rivers. Let me just throw that out there.
Yeah, understandably so. So in a search for some potential silver linings, our friend J.J. Watt, who of course calls games over on CBS, had an interesting Twitter earlier today after this news broke. Quote, a fun fact learned in production meetings. Phillip Rivers ran the same offense as the Colts for his son Gunner's high school team this season. He and Shane Steichen spoke weekly about it, discussing plays and even film, so familiarity with the scheme should be no problem whatsoever. Okay, Dan, again, we're looking for silver linings here. Is that scheme familiarity enough to give you slightly more confidence?
No. I mean, I don't want to be even remotely disrespectful. I look up to Phillip Rivers.
Of course, yeah.
He's 45. To Mina's point, I have no idea what he looks like. Can he move around? I continue to go back to the point of Riley Leonard.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Phil, let me ask you this question because I know this is not you posing the question. How long has Brock Purdy played in Kyle Shanahan's system?
He was 2022 Mr. Ravel.
Right, so 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, didn't his ass just get off? Didn't he just come back from IR? Didn't he just come back from IR?
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels been in Washington.
Yeah.
How many games has he missed? Joe Burrow been in Cincinnati. How many games has he missed? Don't tell me nothing about scheme familiarity. Every quarterback in the league that's starting got some scheme familiarity, and they still get hurt. Yeah. And they not 45 who haven't played football in 5 years. All right, so I get it. Everybody going, there is no silver lining when you got to call a guy that's been out of football for 5 years to come start quarterback for you in the dead heat of the season with a team trying to make the playoffs. This is a panic button.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate for the Indianapolis Colts, and I feel like it's unfortunate for Phillip Rivers as well.
I feel you, by the way. I ran into Damian Woody in the hallway last week, and I broke a rib. So I know what you guys are saying about the potential. And I know my way around the ESPN buildings. Adam Schefter is back with us for more. Anything you want to add to the familiarity, the dynamics in play here, Shefty, for Phillip Rivers and the Colts?
Well, the Colts are desperate. Marcus is right about that. And desperate times call for desperate measures. And so they've turned to a quarterback who's older than their head coach, who's older than their offensive coordinator. And if we think about it, in recent weeks, we've seen the Denver Broncos go and sign Mercedes Lewis at his age. This week, we saw the Tampa Bay Buccaneers sign Jason Pierre-Paul to their practice squad. Now we're seeing the Indianapolis Colts sign Phillip Rivers. I honestly wonder how many other people are out there thinking about a return. Dan Orlovsky, Marcus Spears. You guys thinking about something right now? You want to come back? Like, I texted some other people, like, yeah, people are saying, oh, maybe we should probably start stretching and warming up and get at it.
Shefty, can I ask you a question?
Well, I'm just telling you, we're starting to see some people. Yeah, go ahead.
I would assume he's not going